Okay, my intent here is to make a core for a epoxy filled thing where I'm going to remove all of it. So this is just a piece that will be down the center that will then get machined out, and it won't go all the way to the bottom. My intent is I've got Acorn caps, and so I'll have a container that has a bottom down here, acorns around this, and this will go down to close to the bottom but not very bottom. And so we'll see. And this just gives me something to mount to better than the epoxy. Okay, here, so here, that, I don't know if you can see that. There's acorns in the bottom, and they're, I don't know, an inch and a half thick. And then I'm going to put this in and then fill acorns around it. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, here's another hybrid where I've got some blue epoxy, acorn caps. You can just barely see them. This cedar and red cedar insert here is just a spacer, and it makes a nice, it's easier to use a woodworm screw with wood than it is with epoxy. Okay, the mold, or the form, the plastic bottles that I put this in, released very well. I didn't have any mold release on it, so I did it. So in any case, what you can see here is all of these little rings are acorn caps, and it's embedded in blue epoxy. Now this was more than one pour, so we'll see how it goes with, is there a witness line? So it looks good from what I can see here, but we'll see when I start turning it. Well, I have my acorn cap casting mounted, so we'll see. I'm going to get ready to start on making it round. Okay, I've turned this around and I put super glue, thick super glue in the dents. There were voids, and I'm sure I'll find some more, but that's where I am right now. So in any case, here I go. Okay, I'm going to drill this out a couple of passes, one with a 2.1 inch and then another one with a 2 1/4. Okay, you can see I've turned this around. This has been sanded to 1000 here. I didn't get there, and I'm going to roll this corner off. This is hollowed out inside. It's maybe a ½ inch thick. And when I turn this around, I didn't want to damage the surface, so I've got a rubber band in there in between the medium chuck jaws and the bowl or base or whatever. Now, I don't think I've talked about it. I think I'm going to make a lighted feature. So this is just going to be curved off and solid here. The hollow bottom will have a light. I'll make a piece of wood that this fits into that will have a light in it, and that light can be turned on and off, and it should glow through it. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to make another night light. I've made one of these in the past, but so this one here, you can see I've already turned this. It's acorn caps and blue epoxy. So the rubber band is just there, so where I held it in the chuck. I've got this oak base that I got to get it to the uniform thickness, and cut a round circle out of it and make the piece that this mounts to with this light fixture inside it. There's LED inside there. So I think that'll work out for me. My next step will be to figure out where the center of this is. It's basically uniform thickness, so I should be good. I mean, there's obviously a dip here, but the other side is all relatively solid, so it should be okay. Okay, so I'm going to get started on this, making it round. I rounded the corners off, but I didn't go into the minimum radius I could have. I used 7-inch, 3.5-inch radius. Okay, I'm gonna trim this up a little bit since my top is only like 3.25 inches. I don't want this to be 6, so I'm gonna reduce this down some. Let's see what it actually is. We'll go from, it's 5.5 maybe right now, so that's a little big. Well, I'm going to put my mortise in, my recess, and when I get done, the power cord is going to come through this slot here, so I'll end up putting my wooden nickel over it to prevent the thing from coming apart, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to probably super glue this once I get it to shape. I'm going to super glue because all of this light colored wood is extremely soft, and so the surface is just so rough, and sanding it's going to make it partially good but not all the way. Once I get down a little bit farther, I'll super glue it and then finish it, and it should get better. You can't put wood back in where it's already been ripped out, but it'll help. Well, I think I know what I'm having trouble with. There's some extremely hard wood here. This is oak, and so it's got some very hard wood and then very, very soft wood mixed in with it. And so the tool is grabbing and letting go and grabbing and letting go. In general, I think it's still going to work out, but it's troublesome to work with. Okay, I'm going to put some super glue on this. We'll see how that goes. I think it'll help harden it up a bit, and then I should be able to machine it down a little bit smoother. There's all going to be a lot of features anyway in this thing, so we'll see what everybody thinks. I'll probably like it. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe for more similar wood turning videos. Please comment on the video and I should respond. I make a video about once a week. Okay, here is my nightlight that I've completed recently. It's blue tinted epoxy, Acorn caps, and then an oak burl stand. I have this plugged in, it has a switch on it. I did this with, amongst other things, and it turned out pretty good. The light, when you're lighted like this, it doesn't show up very much. It's not a very bright light because the epoxy is probably 1/2 inch thick, most of it. But when it's dark, it's a nice little night light. It turned out really nice. I like the colors. The oak burl was something I had around, and I needed some height in it to get the light fixture in there. It's an LED light, and I think that's about it.